Welcome to No Man's Sky Permadeath mode. Now, I'm going to start this part by talking a little bit about farming. Now, I'm probably not the best person to actually talk about this because I'm not really into min-max farming. I'm just don't have the patience for hanging around the base for hour after hour just to harvest crops to make lots and lots of cash. And that's the honest truth, guys. I'm not going to pretend that I enjoy doing it. I find it pretty boring, to be honest. I mean, no detriment to any of you guys who want to do it, but I'm more of a person who comes back every so often, harvests the crops, makes a bit of cash, then goes off and explores something else. But I just want to talk about the philosophy and principle behind it. Now, with the advent of 1.3, they actually shifted all the most profitable crops, and I'm just going to show you the two most profitable. And that is living glass and liquid explosives. And and if you can see here, liquid explosive you make just over $1 million per every explosive you make, and living glass you make 700,000. And your instinct would be to say, yes, let's go for liquid explosives. Now the downside of liquid explosives is that you've got to make acid and unstable gel. Now the acid isn't too bad on the surface, but it's 600, so if you work out that each plant produces 50, that means you've got to have 12 plants for each cycle of fungal mold. And now one of the downsides is cactus flesh. Now look at cactus flesh, it says 200. That's so instinctively you would say, well, that's 4 plants. Now, but it's not actually, because if I press here and we look at the ingredients for that, come here, cactus plant, for some strange reason best known to Hello Game, takes 120 minutes to mature and farm. So that's 2 hours of gameplay. Solar vine takes 2 hours as well, didn't know that. And if I come down, the fungal here takes 30 minutes. So in theory you could get 2 cycles of fungal mold for every one of cactus flesh. Now that means that that's a very long cycle. So even if you had lots of plants, you can't really harvest unless you get very elaborate and start having alternating crops of cactus flesh. But now that may work for some of you guys, but it's not really the way I operate. And so in some ways instinctively living glass is easier, because you can see here glass takes 250 frost crystals, and if I kind of harvest this lot, here you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 250. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's another 250. 1, 2, 3. So you can see I've gathered 650 frost crystals from one dome, which is enough really to make two and a half living glass, or glass. So if I kind of come in here now, and that now turns into 2 glasses with 150 left over. And the nice thing about glass is, as frost crystals, not glass, what am I on about, is the fact that you get one of these crops every 15 minutes, which means that I could get 5, so I've 5 actual glass here. I can get 5 glass for every growth cycle of gamma. And of course, to make the living glass, I've got to make lubricant, which takes 400 gamma root, which is 8 plants and 1 copyright. So although this in theory says I need 5 of these, what I actually need is twice as many gamma roots and copyrights as frost crystals. And this leads me into the suggestion, because at the end of the part I was talking about is maybe it's time to move base, and I was talking about moving to a coal planet, and Creating Z's dropped a comment and said, well, really, well, the most ideal planet to actually grow crops on is actually a radioactive planet, and that makes sense simply because if you are growing plants, you want to be able to grow them outside. So if you've got a radioactive planet, and rather than go to the expense of all these biodomes, because these are quite expensive to set up, the best way to do it is to actually go outside and plant the gamma weed outside. Hence Creating the suggestion that you use a radioactive planet, which is probably what I will do if I can find a planet that I really like. And that's the key driver for me. I'm not a min-max farmer. I'm going to be totally honest about it, guys. I just don't have the inclination for it. I get quite bored just wandering around the base, hanging around. Yeah, I've already got loads of crystals. I'll just put that in there. Actually, what I will do is take out some more of these. I don't really keep. And what I will do, and again, this is one of the tedious elements of doing this, is the fact that you've got to sit here and do this. I'm just going to, there's not enough resources, so just build 6 glass, and I think what I will do is just shove them all in here for the moment. And probably bring them all back. And this is one of the send that back. Shove some more. Probably going to say more space in inventory. Bring that back. You can see here I've now got 12 glass stashed in here, but at the moment I don't have enough gamma room, so my system is definitely not min-maxed. I've got a lot more frost crystals here, so but I will get a kind of min-max system up and running. I'll just have a quick look to see if there's anything else to harvest, because I've got this over here. I don't know if these have actually, yeah, these have matured. I've got a couple of gamma weeds here. I really need to build this up a bit more, but we're just about to go out into space, so I think maybe for the sake of demonstrative purposes I will make up a 1 living glass to take with us. Now, got to use these up, guys. So set one back, and as you can see, this can get pretty tedious actually. Why can't I make lubricant? Oh, I need right. Okay. It'd be nice if you had some kind of manufacturing base. Hello games, if you're watching, it'd be nice if you could do that. Have a manufacturing base running. Okay, lubricants and living glass, and you can see that's consumed a lot of my gamma weed, and that's about it. A lot of work for, but we'll sell that on the way up. Because as you can see in the bottom right, it says border space anomaly, and I've actually got a space anomaly in this system. So that's about farming, and we will go looking for and I do think, honestly believe that it is time to find a new base and move on, because I also want to talk about another comment from Rating Z's made about publishing the location of my base through a portal, and I will do that once I get a proper base established, where I intend to stay, because I'm not going to hop bases. I think once I've found a planet that I really like in a system that's got plenty of resources, I'm going to set up a base, and then I will find a portal, because except for the one, I think it was 2 parts ago when I actually went through a portal, I've yet to find one actually. So let's go up onto the base. And where am I going to... Oh, I've got to stay in my current system. Yeah, so once I've got everything set up, I will publish the glyphs to visit my base, although I think one of the downsides is the fact that the portal portal won't actually drop you by a base. Once you've actually found, arrived, what you've got to do then is actually travel to the planet, unless you're incredibly lucky that you find a portal on the same planet. Although I do think that portals are a bit more frequent than they used to be, for obvious reasons, because they're now enabled and ready to travel. Although I think there is still the issue of portals, I don't think it's been fixed yet, but the fact that you don't take your ship with you, that you can only visit and then go back again. I don't know if that's actually been fixed, and if you guys know, please drop a comment. As I say, the downside of doing permadeath is the pace is a lot slower, and we got 72,000 here, so we got a nice little bit of surplus profit there. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is, we got no plutonium. Okay, I don't care. I've got plenty of zinc. Okay, what was that? Self-repairing iridium. It's fresh. They have a hopper of a self-repairing iridium. Looks fresh. Use the creation of self-repairing iridium useful in deploying remote facilities when maintenance opportunities are limited. Okay. Again, remote mining is something I've never really ever done, because I've never really found a purpose for it, to be honest. Infinite accelerator. Okay. Right, so here we are, guys. We're on the base. I've made a little bit more cash. You can see I've got 4.6 million. I will get there. I will get my freighter and I will get my base set up. But what I do want to do is just keep pushing on with the current mission. And I'm quite lucky in the fact that the anomaly the mission is pointing out is actually located in my home system. And I've already visited this, so I'm hoping that the game won't blow up on me or anything like that. And just gonna get round, clear of the base. And there it is. So we should get there very, very quickly. No threat to pirates. Be the entrance there. Go and say hello to Nada and Polo. There we are. And see where we're going to go now. Say this is very much unexplored territory for me. I've never done this before, so we'll see what happens. I do believe this kind of main mission to do with Artemis and that is a kind of tutorial. Oh, so we actually got to talk to Nada. It is the Traveller. Is it first or last? Pleasure regardless. I am Prince Entity Nada, Divergent Corvax, but entities must keep secrets. Yes. The electronic being stares at me from the dark mask. I cannot escape the feeling that we have somehow met before. The entire station sings with a strange and unnerving frequency. Nada tells me that we stand in a place between worlds, in the heart of the anomaly. They explain that they received a signal summoning them to this system on a hidden frequency. Tell Nada about my journey. I tell Nada that I am a traveller searching for help, that I went through a portal as I tried to rescue a friend. As at the mention of a portal, the lights of Nada's mask begins to stutter. What did the Traveller say? Peak portal. I explained that I activated a portal and went through. Nada appears terrified. What did the Traveller encounter within the breach? Did it see you? Did the Atlas find you? Please, you must not go back. Nada seems more frightened as I tell them about my encounter with the Atlas terminal. It begins to scan me with the visor, looking at signs of something they call rampancy. Eventually satisfied by the scan, Nada calms down and they ask why I have come here. Tell Nada about Artemis. I tell Nada that I carry the remains of a traveller named Artemis, an explorer who has lost their life attempting to find out others of their kind. I am about to explain the nature of Mind Arc when Nada touches it directly and the lights on their mask burning more brightly than ever. It is Echo. I never thought I'd see a traveller soul. You are so beautiful. Artemis Echo is in pain, disconnected traveller. We can help them, but there is a choice. Artemis Echo will never have a body again, will never explore again. Old life is gone. You must choose. Upload them to a machine or to stimulation where they may live on, or help Artemis and Echo suffering. Let's ask if there's another way, just out of curiosity. Nada shakes his head strangely, trying to adopt his own mannerisms. The game just appreciates it if disconnecting. You must choose. Upload to machine to simulation where, or help Artemis second. Okay. Ask about the simulation. Ask what life would be inside the simulation. Nada pauses for a moment, staring at me strangely. Nada tells me Artemis would feel the joy of the things they experience, but they should learn that their fate and those alone no longer real, unable to meet their friends. Such knowledge causes them great pain. You must choose. Upload to machine the sub-simulation where you may live, or help Artemis. Okay, say what you've decided. Go speak with Polo Traveller. They will help you calibrate the machine, no matter what your decision. Okay. Is this a choice? Whatever you do, Traveller, I will assist. Is this a kind of choice between multiplayer and single player? First Traveller, decide Artemis' fate. This could be interesting. Nada told me what I need to do. Just no. New friend, what we support you, no matter the choice. Anomaly has many rooms and many secrets. One of them is open to me. A dormant machine now activated. Okay. This is the machine I found last time. And it's in here. Let's say this is the machine that I found last time. And I clicked on it and it didn't work. Okay. Priest entity and authorization detected. Secondary simulation activated. Machine is ancient and powerful, a relic of a world long since destroyed. As I stand before it, Nardas tells me the origin of how 1,000 entities died, rescuing it from obliteration of Corvex Prime. It is a simulation of a solar system, a prayer offered to the Atlas. Nardo explained how the simulation would act as a prayer, but this machine, this single false system, will act as a home for Artemis, should I wish it. Okay, let's upload Artemis. I upload Artemis into the simulation. I spark a blue light blazing through the air before me. It fades for a moment and disappears into the depths of the machine. Is that it? Nada tells me that it is done. For my sake, they will permit transmissions to and from the simulation, or at least while their station passes through safe systems. They wish me luck on my journey and telling me that Artemis will need some time to grow adjusted to their new life. Is that it? Is that the end? Oh. I think I've just found the thumbnail. Wow. That's spooky. First Traveller, speak to Noel. There's a... Okay. Does that mean I've got to go back out into space and do some talking? Ah, so that's what that was for. I mean, I did find that when I first visited. Okay, let's go out into space. And of course we're going to save. Okay, let's Traveller. Message from Polo. Oh, here's Null. Are you receiving? Apollo terminal is showing and is available again. Your signal was thought you were gone. It is relief to hear Apollo again. It feels like we have not spoken in a long time. Explain. I tried to recount the experience to Apollo as best I could. The gateway, the strange planet, the vast machines, the crimson orb. As I talk, I realise the memories themselves are unstable and I cannot form them in my mind. It's just dull, aching red. I tell Apollo that I think I saw Atlas in itself. You saw it? You met Atlas? These species? The Gex, the Korvax, they worship it as a god. I never thought it was a real. Never thought. Are you alright? I cannot imagine what you've done through here. Just say it's just a machine, because it is a machine. I tell Apollo these things and Atlas said how it spoke of travellers and sentinels, and as if they were protocols, not living things. The way it views us, the way it looked at me, I felt as if life, death were just fragile dreams, not real concepts at all. At least it didn't harm you, and I think it's something in what you've said. The Korvax pays homage to the Sentinels precisely because they believe them to be servants of the Atlas. You should investigate further. This machine will lead you to a Sentinel nest. You'll be rich before you know it. Say there are more important things, because there are more important things. I suggest we have bigger things to worry about. The Atlas felt hostile, inexplicable, its motives and purpose, not to mention all that's happened since. I tell Apollo Artemis' grave and my encounter with the mysterious traveller. No, I suggest there is more going on here than an opportunity to earn units. Artemis is dead. I don't. Who would? I know I've made fun of them, but that was easy. They cared, they believed, and I... What happened to them? Where are you buried, Artemis? I cannot say goodbye. Tell them of your choice. I tell Apollo that Null gave me a way of saving Artemis to restore them to the form of life. Apollo is initially excited at the prospect of going to meet Artemis, but I explain the nature of what I did, and I tell them Artemis' soul lives only within assimilation, unable to go beyond. Ask if he is right. It is a long time before Apollo speaks again. Will they be happy? Say that I do not know. You did the right thing, you tried, whatever it might be the feeling right now. Know that you are a good friend. I have to go through the portal and join you, which is that much is clear, but we just need to figure out the right glyphs, the right address for the world of yours. Find a monolith, search the pattern of data. These things are machines, we simply need to understand them. End communication. So does that mean we're going to go to a monolith or somewhere? And okay, I think I need to get back towards the space station. Been hanging around in space a little bit too long for Permadeath. Yeah, here they come. It's only a bounty ship. Okay, let's find the log. Return to space and contact Apollo. I've just done that. Doesn't want to talk anymore. Okay, let's go into the space station. Sometimes the game actually needs to reset. Yeah, it says use C to scan your surroundings. Okay. Then let's go in here, land, drop a save, because I don't want to have to repeat all that conversation again. And we're just going to get back in. And first traveller, look, we're going to get back out again. There is a bounty ship knocking around here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Right, link detected. Ley lines. We're back to ley lines again. Believe it or not, guys, I actually live close to where a ley line actually is. Monolith 4 hours. Okay, let's go check the monolith out. yeah, well, if you believe in ley lines, I'm not exactly too sure why. Actually got a crashed freighter on this planet as well. Okay, this, I think I've visited this crashed freighter actually. Right guys, we're closing in on a monolith and we're going to land, and this might tell me where to find a portal. And you can see I've already visited this one already. It seems to keep taking me back to the same locations, which is a little bit depressing. Right, I can't afford to hang around too long. Okay, what have we got here? Anomaly, anomaly, anomaly. I see the stone monolith. It's a movable, muted silver, yet something lurks beneath it. It's grey, yet grey in crimson. And somewhere out there is a cool surface. Locate a portal. Link detected. Ley line. Okay. Question is, where is the portal? 15 hours, so it's actually on this planet. So, I think, well, let's go check it out. And we have to keep an eye on the fuel situation. And including the iron situation. Okay, got enough for one more takeoff and landing. I've got some in my exocraft. Right, it says 3 hours, so we're going to have to go up into space. My first portal for this series, and it's got to be on a rocky ledge. Okay. And I've actually landed, well, reasonably close to it. Question is, do I have a protection shield? Yep, got a shielding shard. And this is my portal, and so see if we can get here and activate it. There's some titanium over there. I might, oops, pop that. Okay, charge the portal. I need elements. Okay. Could be interesting. Platinum. We'll use carbon on that. Oh, this could be interesting. Energy. Got surplus iridium. Don't want thallium. I've got to watch. So just stick with carbon and zinc again. So it's just zinc and carbon. Actually, oh no, platinum. Got some platinum. So it's platinum, zinc, and well, yellow. Okay. Iridium. Yep, I keep an eye on that. So we use zinc again, and iridium again, and iridium again. Right. Traveller capture loop enabled. Anomaly event contained. Seems to be beg me to approach, demanding my attention. It requires me to activate it. It requires me to travel on. I am unsure if I should listen. West planet's address. And there we are, guys. That is the address of my planet. And now, Creating Z's asked me for this, so there you are. If you want to try your experiment creating Z's, there is my portal address. Kind of lined up there. I hope this is going to be stored somewhere. And, well, if you want to visit, there it is. And I'll be interested to see the results of your experiment. And I think what I'm going to do is just get back into my ship before I freeze to death. And I've activated my first portal. And I'm just going to jump into there. And the trouble is I need to mark that with a beacon or something so I can get back to it. Because, I mean, is there anything way of storing the... I mean, does it store the information? Log. Nope. Journey. I mean, it'd be really, really nice if there was a way that the game would actually store those locations. Because I can't, you know... Because otherwise you just got to try and remember all those icons by taking the screenshots of them. Which is a bit cumbersome. I mean, what you really need is some kind of galactic address book now, don't you? Okay. Anyway, so that's it for the moment. I think I've got a little bit of time yet. I've lost complete track of time. In fact, I haven't written down when I started recording the video, but I'm back again. I've watched a video on how people actually use this. Actually, can I drop a beacon? Probably won't have enough resources. Yes, I have. Okay. Right, just so that I can find it. But why didn't that build? So it's Carlite sheet sand. All that, then I can build it. Yeah, so build it. Yeah, I've built it. Okay. So I've now marked that on my system. Traveller capture loop enabled. Anomaly event contained. Was to beg me to approach, demand my attention. It requires me to activate it to travel on. Okay. I'm sure if I should listen. Okay. West planet's address. Okay. So won't it let me? Do I have to? How do I switch it on? Okay. I've got an active portal that I can't use. Okay. Let's get back into the ship. Now, let's collect some plutonium here actually, while I'm at it, while I'm looking at it. Does that mean I've actually got to complete the mission before I can actually use that terminal? But then I don't have any glyphs to actually go anywhere, so... Oh well. Anyway, it's there, guys. I've marked it so I can come back, assuming so that I can find it again. Although this planet's getting a bit cluttered. I've got an exocraft base here and everything, so... Okay. Okay. Save. We're going to come back to the portal eventually. But now I've got a quest for... Let's use that up and that up. Go off planet. And where are we going now? Okay, let's go for the holo terminal. Famous last words. Low on zinc as well. Okay, just take these buggers down. Pulse the lasers. These are level 1s. Okay, we're up. And it's drifting. Hey! Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, go and get the... Yes, I know. Right, my shield's recovering. And lost the hollow... there it is. Okay. And we're back to here again. Okay. And I've landed too far away again as ever. Wow, way too far away. Okay, let's go and let's make sure I've still got that shield. Starship. Yeah, shield. Dash straight up the hollow terminal. Right. Go. There we are. That up. And hollow terminal, here we go. Hollow terminal activated, multiple signal response sources available. Tower hosts a powerful transmitter designated to facilitate holographic communication across the... Tuned to Apollo. Signal match detected. Okay. Hello, Apollo. Have you found the glyphs for your world? I'm almost ready. My suit is upgraded, my stomach is full, and hired the gate look after me after my farm while I'm away. Ask about the farm. Yes, I have a farm. What of it? It's not much, mostly fruit I've found in my travels. I'm hoping to expand. Anyway, I'm not concerned with yours. We have a portal to attend to, don't we? As I look at Apollo, I think about all I saw within the portal, what happened to Artemis when we walked in the same path. I think the face of Atlas and the way Nada warned me made me not to return to those tunnels. I do not know if the portals are safe. Give Apollo the glyphs. Okay. I give Apollo the glyphs, asking them to take care and to remember what happened to Artemis. They assure me that they will promising to see me soon. Before I go, I advise me to find out what I can from this so-called null. They warn me to be careful. Okay. Objectives first. Let it go. Yep. Here's null. Cool. That is definitely would be my avatar if I choose it. I really like it. Two travellers, one who cared too much and one who cared too little. The universe is not what you thought it would be. What you felt was promised. Don't feel bad. Every sentient being that has ever lived has felt this way at some point. I know I did once upon a time. I was angry, confused on my own solitude. Imagine my surprise when you woke me. But I know you did not mean to. I know that you were just playing around with the portals. But whatever you did, I am here now and I need your help. Atlas is not what you think it is. Something is happening out in the universe. Something I need for you to help you figure out. Okay. I'll accept that. There is an observatory nearby. It will lead you to the location of a crashed freighter with great interest of our investigation. There you will find the first secret, I am sure of it. I know that the Atlas is neither the enemy nor the friend of us, and no more than the air and the wind might be called upon such names. But it is terrified. It is pain, and it would be a responsibility to help the suffering, no matter the cost. Okay. As I move, I leave. I see Artemis frequency to become available once more on the network. I should speak to them before I find Null's observatory. Cool, it's Artemis mostly. It's a long conversation. Artemis, I escaped, traveller, I escaped. One moment I was running from them and the stars shifting and the terrible smiles within the dark. The next I was here. Well, whatever here is, this new world has a sun and has life. It's beautiful. I think anything would be beautiful after the months I spent in that awful place. I'm ready to get going now, though. Well, do what I did before, except there is no shifting stars to stop us this time. If it brings you this star chart to a nearby station, I'm sure you'll find another one soon. Artemis is unaware of everything. They do not know that they died. I made a choice to bind their soul within a simulated solar system. They believe that it's still possible to fulfill their dream of meeting other travellers. I'm going to tell them the truth. I am basically truthful by nature. Then how do I tell them that the world is not real, even if I save them from a death? I took their dreams away from them. They are limited to a single system and never met a kindred soul. Be positive. I tell Artemis everything, from the cave I discovered to their grave to the final upload Artemis' soul to a simulated solar system. Thinks I'm joking at first, but as I try to tell them the positives, there's that the simulation is a Korvax relic that has no explorers ever yet seen before. They just stare at me. I will never forget how the smile falters after a few more questions. They tell me that I need some time to think about what I have said. End communication. Is that it? Ooh. Okay, let's launch off this. Oops. Bugger. Oh, that was rubbish. Get in the ship. That was total rubbish. And I think this is where I'm going to wind it up, guys. I've gone a lot further than I actually intended. Let's top my survival suit up, and nearly got myself killed by my own stupidity there. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I think we've come a long way, and the next part is I actually have to go out and visit the monument, wherever it is. I think let's have a quick look. Log. Yeah, visit the observatory. Now I'm going to need to restock up on plutonium before I do that. Sell this tropium and lemonum. I'm down to 449 plutonium. I need to restock from my reserves back at base, so I'm going to have to go back to base. I'm a bit low on iron, and I need to recharge that. So I need some iron. So off camera, I'm going to need to restock my resources to carry on with this mission. It's gone on a lot further than I thought it was done. In fact, I honestly believed that I was approaching the end, but this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting. If you catch the video, you can see my address for Portal if you want to visit, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. So hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.